What's up, sellers, and welcome to today's video. A few days ago, I had a subscriber request that I make a video on how to list quicker on eBay, faster, quicker. So I am making that video today. I'm showing what I do to speed up the process and get listings done a lot faster. And so hopefully some of these tips will work for you. There's only a couple things that I do that make my listing process a little bit faster than what I used to be. And I'm going to share that with you today. The very first thing is I list from my phone or my iPad only. The reason being is because it seems like through the desktop site, there are more options and more fields and more things that you have to do. Going through the iPad or my iPhone goes a lot faster. And so that is what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to start screen recording right now on the iPad. You will not be able to see what I'm typing because I'm using a Bluetooth keyboard. You're not going to see the keyboard pop up on screen. However, that being said, the first thing we're going to do is jump into my settings, and we're going to go to General, and we're going to go down to Keyboard right there. And I want to show you the number one thing that makes this so fast. I use text replacement shortcuts. And so I'm listing all of these in the description so you can set up your tablet or your phone or your computer using my text replacement shortcuts, or you can create your own if you want to just check out mine to see how I do that. Those are all in the description below. What I do is I basically set up a 3-digit prompt, a 3-letter prompt that will fill in anywhere from a few words to several sentences of information. And so the number one that you see here is, the number one that I use is DES. DES for me stands for description. It's the first 3 letters of the word description. And within that, it says gently use, no rips or tears, smoke-free, pet-free environment. It's basically all the stuff that I would say in every single description. And then you can see down as we go down the line, EUC, excellent used condition, GC, good condition, GUC, good used condition. The list goes on. I've got so many in here, and I will actually, PTP, pit to pit. That's when you're measuring a shirt, you're going armpit to armpit. If we go down here, I use these for like my hashtags, everything. WSD, we ship daily, same day shipping for orders placed before 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's one that I actually don't use enough, and I should use more often. YTHW, labeled as youth, but fits women's, da-da-da-da. And that would be something like a pair of shoes that are technically labeled for kids, but have a correlating women's size to those. I just uploaded a video recently where I optimized a listing on my eBay account, and that applies there. When you're doing this, you want to be careful not to use acronyms or little codes of letters that you normally use in conversations. So for instance, if you're putting length of leg, you don't want to describe that as LOL because LOL actually means something else. And so you would just be length of legging everything that you found was funny. I hope that makes sense. So we're going to put these to use. I don't even have all of these memorized. I have a few of them memorized. Some of the ones I don't use very often, I don't. IYR is the item you receive. So the description there is the item you see in the photo is the item you will receive. Item you receive, IYR. So let's jump into it and get into eBay and list something. So the first thing I'm going to do is go into my photos and find the item that I will be listing. And today it's going to be a youth pair of shoes so that we can do that YTHW, youth women's. Okay, so this is a Nike 524876. We're going to jump into eBay, type in Nike 524876, 876, and I think that was 601. And what we're doing is we're going in to find out appropriate pricing for the item. We see that there are 3 for sale here, all really good prices. And we're going to go to the sold listings. We're going to filter by sold, and there are none sold. So this is pretty interesting because nothing sold. That means we're going to build a listing off of the active listings. Now, you can see that there are some that are 27, there are some that are 25, and there's one pair that's brand new for 60. So I can't go to 50, but my photos and my shoes look better than those that are listed currently. So I have a better shot at selling my item than they have selling their item simply because my photos are incredible. Not bragging here, I'm just telling you, like, if you have incredible photos, you have them. And if you don't, you don't. And unfortunately, these two used pairs are not dynamic, incredible photos. So we will say, I guess we can go off of this first one because it's got the most information already in the title. There are a few things we're going to clean up to optimize this. We're going to scroll to the bottom of that and we're going to say sell one like this. So that is creating the general listing for you. And we're just going to go in and fill in the blanks where that seller slacked off on building their listing. They missed a lot of stuff here. So let's go into our photo library. We're going to pick these photos out and you'll see what I mean. My laces are tight. My shoes are clean. My laces are tight. They're lined up. The photos are awesome. You can see there's one photo right here that is a clothespin that says 006. I don't select that. That is just for my records. And that way, when I'm building the listing, I know what slot that shoe is placed in so I can put that in my title and in my custom SKU. Press done. First thing I'm going to do is go in here and I'm going to put 006 so I remember where it's at. I'm going to capitalize Nike because we are professionals and we want to run our business like a professional enterprise. We're going to delete this 6.5. We're going to capitalize ACG because we're professionals. These are duck boots. Duck boots are any sort of rubber around the toe box and along the sides that has a cloth sort of mid to upper part of the boot. Duck boots is a really searched out key term, and so that's why we're putting that in there. Let's make sure our code is correct. 524876601. That's all correct. So what we can do in here is we can put excellent used condition, because mine are excellent used condition. And let's see, we may come back to this. Actually, you know what we can do is we can put raspberry red, pink. Okay, and then duck boots, size, what were mine? 7 youth, / women's 8.5. Super key there because we're going to be selling these as a women's 8.5, not as a youth shoe. So these are Nike ACG. ACG stands for all condition gear, basically like hiking, outdoors equipment gear. This person spelled raspberry wrong. They put raspberry, so we're going to correct that. Red, pink duck boots, size 7 youth, women's 8.5. And this women's needs an apostrophe, and I guess we can put that in there. Generally, I don't put punctuation because it just takes up character space. Right now, I'm not too worried about it. This looks like a good title. It's got some really excellent SEO in there. Let's go down. Item specific. You see things are messed up here. Okay, here's where it's screwed up. Item specifics, they have it under the Department of Boys, which is not correct because these are girls' shoes. They also have it in kids, in boys' shoes and clothing. So first thing we're going to do is correct that. These are not boys' shoes. We're going to actually put them as women's shoes under boots. We're going to go back up to item specifics. Generally, if you picked a listing that had sold, it's because a lot of this information was filled in and really good. And so you would go a lot faster than this. But I want to correctly list this and show it the right way. So style is, let's see, I'm going to put duck boot. I'm going to add that to it. The color is more of a pink than anything. Upper material is suede. Fill in all of these things because these all matter when it comes to people finding your listing. Women's shoe size, 8.5. Model, I'm going to put Nike ACG. I know that's not the actual, that's kind of like a very broad. Shoe width is medium. It's not vintage. This is a little time consuming, but we need to build the correct type of listing. This is lace up, water resistant level. They are water resistant. They're ACGs. And then at the very bottom, I put in my SKU 006. That is the place where these are stored in my inventory shed. All right, these look good. Now we're going down to the description. First thing I do is clear a few lines on top, and then I'm going to say excellent used condition. Then I'm just going to type in DES space, and it fills in everything. Gently used, no rips or tears, smoke-free, pet-free environment, very clean with a lot of life left in them. The item in the photo is the exact item you are purchasing. See photos for more info. And then I'm going to put YTHW. And this is what is going to save you the most amount of time. Instead of sitting there typing it, you type a couple letters and everything populates for you. These are size 7 youth, but fits women's size 8.5. And let's see. That's done. Because eBay is a little bit glitchy with the keyboard shortcuts, always look to make sure in the item description that they actually show up as words instead of just the 3-digit or your acronym. Pricing, I'm going to be offering free shipping on these, so I'm going to go in and say probably $39.77. If you're not already familiar, when it comes to buyer psychology, this has been proven time and time again with testing and science. Prices ending in 7 are the most appealing to the buyer for whatever reason. I have no idea. That's why like Target and Walmart, almost every single price ends in 7. It's $3.97 or $9.97 or $8.77. It's always ending in 7 because that is the most appealing price to a buyer's subconscious purchasing mind. I do not allow offers generally. If people want it bad enough, they'll message me and say, hey, will you take this? And generally, that's when I know I have a serious buyer. We're going to say free shipping on these. I paid $3.50, so my margins will be excellent. I recommend that with your shipping, that you ship internationally if eBay allows you to do so. The reason for that is this. With the global shipping program, eBay handles all of the hard stuff. All you do is ship your item to wherever eBay tells you to ship it, and then they take care of the external shipping to the country where it's going, and they cover like all the customs paperwork and everything. They do all of that. All you do is ship it to the eBay shipping center where they will take it from there and send it to the country of destination. I don't do local pickup. I don't have time to be meeting people in person. And then let's see. I do require immediate payment because I'm not trying to screw around with people and unpaid cases. And then I do accept returns for 30 days if the buyer pays. I had a noticeable uptick in sales whenever I started doing accepting returns. I have not had anybody return anything in the month and a half that I've been doing this. However, I've noticed more sales. And at that, we are finished. We're going to list the item. Now, because I'm describing all of this, it is taking a little bit longer. This is not a fast listing process. However, that being said, if you're doing this at home and you work on it for a couple of weeks, you're going to get faster and faster at it, especially if you're using those little 3-digit acronyms to fill in your descriptions. Just be really diligent on how you do things. Had this been an item that had previous sales, we could jump into the one that looked the most bolstered or the most completed, and then just go right off theirs, fill in a couple things and be done. I am generally able to list anywhere from 16 to 17 items within an hour and a half, just by fire fingers and going quick, going down the list, and by just staying focused and using those 3-digit acronyms. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it brought value to you and showed you how to list a little bit faster. It does take time. It's like a muscle that you have to build and strengthen. But before you know it, you're going to get super focused. You're going to be laser-like with your dedication and your listing ability. You will notice that you will be listing faster before too long. I hope this video brought value to you. If it did, be sure to give it a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm. If you're not already subscribed, consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell. And as always, keep selling, get the bag, and I'll see you on the next video.